Hi everyone, okay, today I want to talk to you about random acts of kindness and why it's better to be nice to people than be awful, which sounds like an obvious thing, but I'm going to encourage you, it's really cold in here, so you're going to have to excuse me. I'm going to encourage you to just spend today, I'm out of breath, I've only just run up the stairs, that's pretty bad, isn't it? Just going to have a breather. Should probably stop the video, shouldn't I? I'm not going to. Okay, so, right, what was I talking about? Yeah, so you should, right, it's obvious, be nice to people. That sounds like an obvious thing, but it is beneficial and it will come back to you. So I'm going to encourage you this weekend, today, this week, this month, this year, to start just doing things just to be nice. Not because it's going to benefit you, it will, but not because of that. Just go out and find ways to be nicer, to help somebody out, to compliment somebody, in a shop, for example, we are so quick in any kind of retail environment, we're so quick to complain. We're so quick to go, that service wasn't good enough, blah, blah, blah. And you're right to tell them off if the service isn't good enough, by the way. I think it's also right to do that because we shouldn't put up with bad service. In fact, my sister, I've just had a conversation with her and she's very British and she doesn't ever complain. Her and her partner don't complain when things are bad. In fact, they often tip people when the service has been bad. I mean, that's outrageous. That's a different level. She knows she's ridiculous. So I'm not saying that you should do that either, but it is better to be nice. So if you're in a shop and somebody does something good, and they were nice or they were chatty and smiley, they did a good job, don't just sort of let that pass, because you never know when that person is going to really need that compliment. You don't know what's going on in that person's life, and if in that moment you go, do you know what, you've done a great job for me today, you've done brilliant, and that person's having a really hard time at home or in their heads, or you know, they've just had a really rough month, and you say that and actually it makes them feel brilliant. Or even better, you know, if that person, you go to the manager of that shop and you go, do you know what, your staff member, Sarah, was class today. She did a brilliant job for me, proper helped me out. You know, she's a good guy, look after her, whatever, like give her a pay rise. And even if you're joking, sort of say that. And then that person really could do with that in that moment. You know, they could really, you know, like, say for example that person turns up late one day and they've had a rough one and they're late, but and if they'd had loads of complaints, the manager would be like, they're an idiot, let's get rid of them. But if they've just had your compliment and your praise, they might think, do you know what, she's really good, that Sarah, and she had one day when she was late, but forget about it. And you give her a lifeline, you give that person just that little bit of leeway, then it's a good deed done, isn't it? And like I say, it does come back to you, because when you do that good stuff, people want to help you, people want to be better for you. For example, my car, I said yesterday, my car's broke again for some reason. And last week, the dealership that I was dealing with in Coventry, brilliant, they've done a great job. You know, like they're actually spot on. It's not their fault. It's obviously something gone wrong at the factory stage. And they've done a good job for me. And the girl Adele, who I was dealing with, fantastic. And she's new to that place. And so I dropped her off a big bunch of flowers, well, the girls did, the other day, just to say thank you for sorting it. As it goes, it's not sorted. So when I've come in today, at least I can go in thinking, I'm perfectly valid to like moan now, because it's the second time it's happened. But equally, I'm not being an arsehole, and I even brought flowers in last week because you did a good job to sort it last time. So it does come back to you, and they've been more than helpful with me today, and they're sorting it for me. And they're even... Oh, I did something stupid today. So I got dropped off back at home and with a courtesy car back here. And yeah, I left my car keys at the dealership. So I had to then ring back up and be like, I'm really sorry, but can somebody drop off my car keys? Which they've just done, which is why I was out of breath. I was running up the stairs. So yeah, but they probably would have been a little bit more begrudging had I not been so sound about everything. So it really is important just to be nice to people. It comes back to you, and we're all in this together, really. Like, you know, like none of us knows what we're doing. Life is challenging. And if we're decent to each other most of the time, then it makes it easier. So just be decent. Go and compliment somebody, you know, for no reason. Like if you walk past someone today and, you know, they've got an amazing pink flowery hat on. I don't know why that would be so good, but it might be. And you just went, do you know what? I love your hat. You look brilliant. They might feel great. I'm sure they would. And there's, you know, there's no reason not to be like that with people. There's no reason not to be sound, and you'd feel good if somebody was nice to you. So let's just make an effort. And, you know, like I say, I'm not a sap. So if someone gives me shit service, they'll get it in the neck. But equally, like we should start like saying that, you know, just being nice to each other. And I can't speak. Do you know why? Because I need to eat some breakfast. This is like the ravens of a lunatic now. I thought I'd jump on here and do a nice video about being decent to people and how it comes back to you. And I'm out of breath, I'm cold, I don't know what I'm talking about, and I need to eat breakfast. And now I've got my car keys back, I'm gonna go and eat a big fat breakfast and enjoy my day. And you know what? I will endeavour to be lovely and compliment people, and I'll let you know how I get on. I will let you know on Instagram at HollyMatthews84, Twitter at Holly Matthews, or Facebook.com/I am Holly Matthews. Had to think about that one there. Come and follow me on there. Follow me on here if you're not already, because I'm not always so rambly. I am actually, that isn't true. But I'm trying to get better at being less rambly. Hope this makes sense. Be nice to people. Bye.